Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, I think it's really important that you realize how a bait drifts, how it drifts in the water is an incredible part of the presentation. And I have recently experimented with one of the little baits that I'm using, and I'm using it almost as if you would if you were fishing flies. And I casted it out into the current, let it drift naturally. It doesn't have hardly any weight, so it's not snagging on the bottom. But, and here's the big thing, where you cast it and how you present it is critical. And I found using the same bait in the same pool that if I cast it too far upstream, it doesn't drift the same because it does have a little weight and it will eventually come down to the bottom and start bumping along the bottom in an unnatural manner for what the fish think this is. If I cast it just right straight across, and rather than twitch it or try to retrieve it much, I just sort of pretend my spinning rod is a fly rod and I hold it sort of mid-level and I just watch the line as it drifts down. And as it slowly drifts at the speed of the current, all of a sudden those trout hit it and they just slam it. The other extreme that makes it not as effective is if I cast it too far down and it doesn't get a chance to start falling naturally to get the depth that you want it, and it's pulled by the current unnaturally and it starts floating against the current. So those are three different ways you can present a bait. Now, when I say by casting it upstream and it starts going down to the bottom and bumping along, and that may not look natural, in another case, or if it was resembling something that lives under the rocks in the bottom, it would be the way to fish it, and you'd want to do that. So my point is, you can come to a pool, you can assess it, you can look at it, and you can think, okay, there's probably going to be fish there. But now the real challenge is figuring out how that bait has to move in the water to look the most, I guess, delectable to the fish so that they will hit it. And it's important that you realize that the presentation and the way a bait moves is critical. And to put it most generally of all, if the bait moves like it's just floating down in the current at the speed of the current, isn't pulled against it, that's going to be your best bet most of the time. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.